Wow. She's so cute. When you're sweeping. She said, not sweeping. Or recording. Cancer, how are you doing? Oh, you don't have Cancer anywhere in your chart. Cancer, cross-watchers. It's just a little moon mirror. Sun mirror, we don't know. It's golden moon, golden sun. Alright. Hey, can you move this foot, please? I have to sit right there. I'll just move this. Oh, alright, Cancer. You can have Cancer anywhere in your chart. We did a collective last night. It could have been for Cancer. It could just be like Cancer and Gemini together. It doesn't really matter. We don't have to go in order. I can go any order I desire to. Because I'm not a celestial object. I am a planet. I'm not a planet. I'm a person on the earth. Looking up at the planets and pulling energy from the stars. I wanted to put my like shawl or like my little cardigan on is what my plan was, and I've got all these clothes behind me too, and there's a spoon right there. I'm gonna throw it on the ground because I don't need it right now. I'll probably wash it before I need it again. Shazam. I have a blue one. I wanted to wear my black one. I guess I've got this gray one here too. I don't know if it got, did it get paint on it? It might have. Is that too much gray though? I'll put it on anyways. I don't know that it matters. I think I got paint on it, but I might have gotten it off. Okay. We're in a lot of gray today, so we could be feeling kind of gray, or gray could be a color that you're just kind of into. All right. Gray and gray. Does that look too cozy? I really like the black one. Oh, it's on the ground right here. I was wearing it last night. It's really cozy. It's like, oh, there's a thong connected to it. Get off there, thong. Okay, sorry. I like this sweater a lot because it's like, I got it from Goodwill and there is a little hole in it. I don't know what brand it is. Active USA, made in Vietnam, size small. It's just nice. It just feels like, see, there's like a little tiny hole, right? I don't know if you can even see it. Can you? Oh yeah, right there. There's a little tiny hole in it. It doesn't matter. But the fabric is just like super soft, and it's like, is that light? Oh yeah, it's light. I thought it might have been paint on me. Oh my god, stop. I'm getting like up. I'm Virgoing out a little bit. All right. Hello. I hope you guys are all having a really great day. We're doing Cancer for Cancer suns, Cancer moons, Cancer cross watchers, Cancer just anything. Cancer moon, rising, doesn't matter. Reading for Cancer. The little beehive. We're looking for the the bees. So for those of you that don't know, Cancer, in the middle of Cancer, there's not like very many in particular stars, I feel like, that are that prominent, but there is a cluster, a big cluster of over like 100 stars in the middle of Cancer, and they call it the beehive. So it's the beehive cluster. I was looking at like astronomy videos. I guess it's not super hard to see. I don't have a telescope. I'd love a telescope. I have to save up for one, or even just like binoculars. Bitch, those are some motherfucking bifocal having ass. Let's do this. Cancer. I got this tarot deck off of Amazon, and it is called the Sacred Web Tarot Deck and Guidebook. It was on sale. It was like 70% off. I don't know. I got it. It's kind of similar to like the Wildwood Tarot. If you guys, Wildwood, is that right? The Wild Unknown Tarot. The cardstock is not as nice as that deck, and I feel like they might have kind of been like trying to rip off that creator that made that deck. I'm not 100% sure, but I got it. It was really cheap. It was like $10, so I got it, and it's a cool tarot deck. The book is really nice. The book is very nice. I should take these glasses off because they make me look silly. All right, so let's get into this. We're going to be taking a look. First of all, we're going to get your basic energy. I'm going to look inside the front of this book so we can see, maybe, right? This is the Sacred Web, so this could be like the Matrix, or the Sacred Wheel of Tarot speaks the law of love. Broadway, New York, published in Broadway, New York. HarperCollins Publishers. 195 Broadway, New York, New York. 10007. What a cool zip code. 1007, that's a cool zip code. Crap. I like that. Anyways. It's supposed to be like a gender neutral. Okay. So, let's look. Okay. I guess we'll start here. So the sacred soul work spread. Okay. So this spread presents an opportunity for you to reflect on your life's purpose and your sacred soul work and contemplate how to manifest it more fully. So let's try that. The sacred soul work spread. Okay. So the first card is going to represent the soul and fuel for my sacred work. But I need this to say right there so I can, here we go. Okay, so this is going to be the source and fuel for my sacred work. Wow, something fell. The source and fuel for my sacred work. Spirit of the Sacred Web Tarot Deck and Guidebook. Written by Jimmy Beauty Brown and illustrated by James Brown the 5th. Can you please explain to me, help me find, guide me with your knowledge of this deck, guide me to find where I can best look for the fuel and source of my sacred work. Or at least the current place I am at for Cancer. I'm a Cancer moon, so I consider myself, Cancer is my main 3 signs. Can you help me find that? When I do readings, it's easier for me to like get into the sign and like become the sign. So it's easier for me to do readings with planets and places that I have a prominent planet in or a house that I'm like familiar with. We got the Scout of Fire in reverse. All right, so let's take a look and see. I don't have a lot of fire in my chart. So let's take a look and see. Oh, I flipped right to the page too. Page 171. The Scout of Fire lights up through the creative process. They encourage you to explore all realms of possibility with the fervor of your convictions. The Scout points to you in the right direction so that you can attract your dormant energy, all your unique power awakened by prana, the vital life force that exists within all living things. They model a way for you to move with a fearless confidence that comes from a fundamental belief in why you are here and what you have come to manifest. Having charged through the night, the Scout of Fire arrives to help you awaken to the potential that burns inside of you. Let your creativity and passion guide you through any doubt or darkness. For your most sincere aspiration, your soul commitment to pursuing a life of purpose and meaning reveals everything you need for self-transformation and personal progress. And the word, or the key word it gives you, is awaken. It is the fire, the south, it's air and fire, hand, prana, mudra, and cosmic sky. I awaken to all power and potential that burns inside of me. Very interesting. So are you going through the fire this week? Okay, so Cancer. You do have Mars currently in your zodiac sign. Let's flip back to that page that we were at before. So you do have Mars in your sign, which is naturally kind of a fiery planet. I guess it's watery in Scorpio, but that's kind of different, right? So we have the Scout of Fire. Somebody could be putting the fire on you. Right? You could be working on like transmuting something. You could be working on awakening something. Maybe you're working on awakening your Kundalini, or maybe this reading will be a way of activating your own personal Kundalini a little bit, right? For Cancer risings, you're really going to want to look to Aquarius energy in that 8th house. I feel like the Kundalini really comes to life in the 8th house. Which is a Scorpio thing, which is a Mars thing. So tying that all together, I do feel like your Kundalini is really awakening And when you begin to get that feeling of the Kundalini awakening and all of those colors beginning to rise up out of you, there can be this sense of creation, or there can be this sense of like, where do I put this energy, right? Because it's literally bursting from your fingers, or it's bursting out your head. It's bursting out of you because it's coming from within you. And it's like this radiating energy, and it's so interesting. And if you guys can't tell by like the rainbow and everything I did, I was really dealing with that a lot. That feeling of having the Kundalini like burst out of my hands, my feet, and the tops of my head. And it really is a feeling of enlightenment. So, you know, I think that is really what it's asking you to, is to find that source, that inner fuel, and make it go through all of those blockages, all those things, and break down anything that could potentially be blocking you, or anything energetically, anything in the energy body. Push past those things, right? A really good practice you can do is the middle pillar exercise, which is like, it's not so much of like a chakra thing, but it's very similar to that. And it pulls all the energy down, and it connects you to like the chakras, like through the bottoms of your feet. And then you can really ask the earth and work with the earth energy. And in the inside, like the core of the earth is like fire, is magma, right? It's the mantle, and the core of the earth is hot. So, you know, that could be a place where you can really draw that energy into you, and it can get comfortable with it, right? Don't allow the waters to get so hot that it burns you, but allow it to heat your waters, right? We all like a good, nice, warm river, right? We don't want the river to be cold, because then we'd be dead. We want the water to be a good, nice, like warm temperature. So it's important to work with the fire a little bit, right? Enough, but keep protection up so that the fire isn't putting out, or you're not putting out the fire in others, or in 1212 on the timer, that you're not putting out fire in other people, and that they're not putting, that they're not like, I guess you would be the one that would kind of triumph that. But, you know, we do have that energy where it transmutes, that Gandanta point of, you know, Cancer or Ashlesha, when it turns into the fire sign. So you have, hey, lady, don't start doing this now. Okay, you're not sleeping on me now, dude. Flippin' dog. You're just so beautiful. I love you. Please, no snoring. Not yet. Very soon. She's up. I'm very cozy, dude. Dude. I love your little squishiness. She said, you're not calling me squishy, are you? No. You're not squishy. You're beautiful. She's a Scorpio dog. So, really. So that's what I got. I hope that made sense. Let's move on. So what challenges me to stay focused on and engaged in my sacred work? So what challenges me to stay focused on and engaged with my sacred work? So what is challenging me? What is standing in the way of my focus? What could potentially be blocking my focus? Which is working through this source of fire, working on creating a proper channel in your life for the fire to begin to build. The fixed fire, right? So it's a contained fire. It's like a candle, right? How can you, what is challenging you to stay focused? That's kind of a weird question. Okay, we got this, is it a pelican, or I'm not sure. I'm sure that it will tell us. There's this is the 8 of Swords. I believe that feathers are swords. They could be something different. So we have that there. Let's read that, because I have no idea I don't even know if that's the right suit. Okay. Well, let's read here, because it's saying that there's colors. Blue. So blue holds space for sacred truth, and it connects you to the spaciousness of sea and sky, and reminds you of the spaciousness in your own heart. Wisdom, self-determination, faith, freedom are all supported by the color blue, which represents your intuitive desire and innate ability to speak your own truth, the throat chakra. Okay. Let's look and see if they have anything. Okay. I'm just looking because they have all these, they have like this book of course, or like this sacred web correspondences in the back. I'm gonna have to check that out a little bit later. Let's read it. Okay, so the keyword is liberation. This is coming from the East, and it is a swan. Let's read what the swan means first. I just want to know what what they mean by swan, because they have all of these animals in this deck. And I don't know so much about like the spirit animals and like what they all mean. But I would love to learn, so maybe this book can help me do that. A swan. So it's beauty, discernment, wisdom, devotion, and transformation. So beauty, discernment, wisdom, devotion, and transformation. And that's what's challenging your focus. So there could be something about like wanting to look and like show up as your most beautiful self, really tapping into like feeling really wise about the way you're showing up, or feeling really like finding a way to show up in a way that is like elegant, but also simple. Simple is like less is more. And I've really come to realize that lately. And I've been really trying to like implement that in my life, that less is more. It is not so much about what you can put on or what can be around you, but what is inside of you, and how can you make that elegance and that beauty and that extremely beautifully like pure energy, how can you make that be the thing that radiates out of you? Because then there's nobody could ever take that from you, right? It's like your heart space, or even like just like the way, something about like your insides that shines and like shines out, and everyone sees it, and it's like, wow, like that's beautiful. But you don't even need anything, right? It's just you. So there's something about that with the swan. Sorry, let's read what the actual card says. It says, you may feel entangled, cloistered in the dark. Never forget that you have wings to help you fly. Trust that they are strong enough to lift you up, an invocation to liberation. But freedom can only happen when you let go of fear. Be patient with yourself when you feel despair or discomfort, or when you find yourself conflicted. Open your eyes and look for ways to release regret. When you focus on feelings of loss, disaffection, you remain stuck in the past, unable to soar. The only real trap you find yourself in, the only deception emerges out of self-doubt. Have faith in your ability to unbind yourself through self-compassion and kindness, for only you can rescue yourself. Look to the practice of meditation, of turning inward to find guidance. Gaze into your heart and see that you are already free. With an invocation to liberation, I free myself and spread my wings to fly. Right? So it's like you're kind of taking off, right? You're getting this fire, you're getting this, right? It's like a fire is being lit under your ass, or like a fire is being lit in your heart, right? Having fire in your heart is a crazy feeling. It makes it really passionate. And it makes you, when you get that light of fire in your heart, or you get that light of fire under your ass, or, you know, that feeling of fire, that feeling of passion, like you go after something, there's no doubt in your mind. It makes you realize and remember your abilities and your purpose and the reason as to why you're here and what you're planning on doing while you're here. So the next card is what motivates and supports the focus on your sacred work. So feeling like what is hindering or challenging it could be your feeling of feeling trapped, or feeling stuck, or feeling like, in your beauty. With the beauty, when we looked at all of the meanings of the cards, it could be like you're the way that you're showing up. So like your your makeup or your hair, feeling like you don't have the right outfit or something like that, or something like not fitting you right, something being too big for you to wear anymore, your clothes being too baggy, or feeling right feelings of beauty could be hindering you. So really working on cultivating that inner beauty, affirmations, exercising, getting sunlight. Don't be a hermit. What motivates and supports my sacred work? For Cancer, what motivates and supports my sacred work? We got too many. Okay, what motivates and supports my sacred work? Please, one card for Cancer. Listen, I need you to stop popping out 6 cards for me. Okay, what motivates and supports my sacred work? One card for Cancer. Thank you so much. Looks like we got the 5 of Cups coming out in reverse. Okay, so let's read. We got more blue energy. So your throat chakra, the beauty, discernment, and wisdom is really coming through really strongly. I think that the one thing that could be really like, this is the only card with the light on it or with white on it. All the other cards have black on it. So really finding that source of light within you. You could even be going on like as light workers, quote unquote, or like as dark benders, whatever you want to call yourself, whatever you are. Whether you consider yourself to be made of light or whether you consider yourself to be dark and bend light, it's really up to you in which way you want to look at it. But you could be going on a mission through the darkness, or you as darkness could be going on a mission through the light in this next chapter, 2-2-2-2 on the timer, on this next phase in your life, right? Let's take a look and see. We have the 5 of Cups. And it did come out in reverse. So, forgiveness. Water, the West Dog. I choose to lift my eyes and drink from the forgiveness cup. You have been guided to this threshold, to the underworld of your emotions, to the web of sorrow that bound your heart. You may feel alone in the shadows of your grief, but this space is full of life-changing power. You can decide the way forward. You get to choose how you ride the currents of your emotions. You can lift your eyes and drink from the... Can you lift your eyes and drink from the healing water? Can you forgive yourself and others so that you can fill yourself with love? When you find unconditional love for yourself, you will begin to feel a kind of peace that transmutes blame and pain into wisdom. Have faith in this moment, for there is freedom to be found within this space. Shake off your sorrow, for it is time for you to let yourself heal. Remember that love is the doorway to the soul, and forgiveness is the key. Forgiveness, the West Dog, and water. I choose to lift my eyes and drink from the forgiveness cup. Okay, so I really like that they give the directions on this, because as we're sitting here in Cancer, I really like this. You could be needing to forgive someone because it's coming out in the West, but then it's reversed. So this could either mean that someone's forgiving you or you're needing to ask someone for forgiveness. I feel as though, and there's something about communication, giving someone their tear back, giving someone their emotion back, giving it back to them in a way that's transmuted. Freeing yourself, like true, actual, like apology. Sometimes think people can say things or do things, and we don't necessarily always mean the things we say. Sometimes like we can be really fucking mean and like rude, or something can come off like a lot meaner or a lot ruder than we had intended it. People can be mean sometimes, right? Life is really difficult, and the dog talks about loyalty, honesty, family, and unconditional love. I got my dog right here. She says, no, I'm not a dog and I'm not sim resting. So, what other things do we have here? I think that's kind of all we have. That was 3 cards. This is an interesting deck. They did actually a really good job at it. The book is unique. Oh, look at that. I like that symbol. That's like the Ouroboros of the snail, of the snail. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, this is a very interesting deck. I feel like it might kind of a little bit be like ripping off that one lady that does the Wild Unknown Tarot. They seem very similar, but it could have also just been, I don't know. It's interesting. I believe even in like the description of the thing they said it was like a lot like that. Let's get some messages from your person. Maybe we should get 4 cards. We'll just do 3 this time because that's what we said we we're going to do. This could also talk about you needing to rise above the bullshit, right? Be higher than the bullshit. Be the bigger person. You know, be the one first to apologize. You might need to be the one that, you know, shows the soft spot first. You might be the one that needs to, you know, let your guard down a little bit. I know it's really difficult for you to do that, but you need to rise above something, right? If people are saying that you're petty or, oh, you're just be the bigger person. You can do it, right? You have that ability within you. I know that your water is very pure and your water has a filtration system. And so you have to keep that protected. And that's something extremely important that you do that. But at the same time, you need to be able to compromise. And you also need to be able to see the fault in your own ways. I wish we could make it work and be together again. Please don't lose hope on me as I'm working on myself. And from my higher self, being with you is what I truly want. And then I wish we could make it work. So I think that, you know, there is a lot of feelings of forgiveness here. There is feelings of wanting to rekindle things and be, you know, whether it's not necessarily reintegrating if you're in a relationship back together completely, there is an energy of working with each other and wanting to find common ground so that you can continue to be, right? We have the feral cat, and that talks about like hangry, right? Let's get a card. What is this source of the Scout of Fire in reverse? Who is this person sending the fire? Okay, we have a vampire and it's coming out in reverse. All right. We have podcast in reverse. Okay, I wish we could make it work and be together soon with the 8 of Swords. Okay, we have a troll. And what is this 5 of Cups reversed? We have love and gaslight and red flag. You need to really be aware of the people that you're with, that you're around, okay? Cancer, you yourself could be being a little bit of a troll right now, or like you could be like a little bit, being like a little bit of a jerk, or like, you know, you're a crab. You walk weird and you snap at people when they try and get close to you. But right now I feel like you need to find a way to bring yourself back up. You need to rise above something, and that is what it really is. If somebody's trying to send fire your way, we have jealous here in reverse. Nothing's ever going to change. My love for you, you are the one. So I don't know, somebody could be feeling a little bit stubborn. You could be dealing with like a Taurus energy. Something's never going to change. Or someone might be feeling like they're really needing to stand really firm on their boundaries. not really feeling a lot of flexibility on their boundaries a little bit. You know, and that could be for their own protection. That could be for, you know, their own, right? You guys could have been through this cycle one too many times just to realize that, you know, love, like, yeah, love, but then it's like gaslighting, or love, and then, yeah, you know, you love bomb me, and it's like, you know, I just don't know if Cancer can do that again. I don't know if Cancer is feeling able to do that again, right? It's like this person needs something from you. They're like vampiric in nature. It says blah, 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 just talking, trying to find a way to get you to break down or to like fall, you can even see here in this troll card, you know, you could be a little bit like when you're upset, maybe in this energy of being a troll, but you can see he's got these spirals in his eyes. So it's like this person could be like literally trying, you know, trying to break you out of your kind of defensive. You could be kind of goofy when you're defensive, or kind of like, you know, clowning a little bit when you're defensive, trolling a little bit, like you're just kind of clowning a little bit when you're defensive. And you are understanding, you need to remember the red flags, you need to remember the pain you've been through, you need to remember what this person always does eventually. You need to remember what they do, that like people very rarely change, you know, you need to really keep that in mind. You know, don't fall victim to this person's charming ways if they are trying to do that. On a soul level, I feel you are the only one for me. Yeah, I don't know, Cancer. I don't know about that. I think you need to check yourself a little bit in regards to that. I think you need to, you know, it's okay to forgive, and it's okay to forgive and to find forgiveness, but it's not necessarily a good thing to go back. I realize that there is a strong bond between us, right? Maybe you're making a strong bond with somebody different, right? Maybe you're making a friend, or maybe you're making somebody that's not necessarily vampiric in nature, that is going to be a helping hand to you. Somebody that will... Now this person, we do have this jealous energy here in reverse. We also have shadow. Stay in your lane, and influencer under that. I'm heartbroken since I realized how much I hurt you. I would be too. With the jealous in reverse and the shadow in reverse. Oh, it's about 30 minutes. I think we're going to close this out. I think we got pretty much everything we needed to in regards to that. I guess we can get one quick message with the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, and we can just kind of look and see maybe like where your current path is, if you're still needing any guidance and still watching. I know you guys don't have all day to be doing this, but just in case you are actually going through something and you would like a little bit of guidance, let's take a look and see where you're currently at, what might need to be accepted, what needs to be released, the challenge, what's being hidden, and the source of wisdom. Okay? So for Cancer, can you tell me what is... Oh, you're kicking me. It's all right. I'm not mad. You can do it. I love you. Beautiful. Let's take a look and see. Cancer. Sun. Moon. Rising. Cross-watching. Cross-watching, just a whole bunch popped out there. All right, cross-watching. Current path, the Ten of Swords. What must be accepted, the Star in reverse. What's being released, the Five of Swords. The Challenge, the Chariot. What's being hidden, the Five of Cups. And, oh my gosh. And the source of knowledge is the Five of Wands. We have 3 5s here and a 10 of Swords for the cross-watching energy. Wow. So, I mean, you know, that is betrayal. That is a done dollar. That is no more. That is the 10 of Swords to the 5 of Swords. That's, I know the kind of person that you are. That's, I know who the fuck you are. Stay the fuck away from me. That's what that's giving me. Okay, calm down. Right? I can forgive you at a distance, but I don't think I can talk to you. Okay. The 5 of Swords, that's, shit, that's fucking brutal, dude. The 5 of Swords, that's, you know, bullying, that's, being selfish, all for yourself, that's, the difficult communication, that's difficult emotions, that's difficult passions, really having this really difficult energy here that is like trining and going up to just difficulty, needing to become better prepared, needing to find a way to overcome this Cancer energy, this shell that you have on you, right? This is the Cancer card, and you see crabs, they have that protective like hard shell armor. And even him, he's got the crown of the star that is in the sky of this Aquarius energy, right? Those are the same 2 stars. And this is in reverse for what must be accepted and what the challenge is. And I think that the challenge could be that if you're a cross watcher that is watching this, is that Cancer, you are a source of power, right? You're a luminary sign, which means that you are all like you're fucking powerful. You don't have a match in astrology. Your match is right next to you in astrology. And that is why Cancer and Aquarius and Capricorn sometimes get along really well, because they are at the other end, and you are a match with Leo, and Leo is the goddamn king, and you are the goddamn queen. You know, and this talks about protection. This talks about royalty, right? This talks about luminaries. These are the things that make our Earth like really possible. It's the 2 closest planets to us. It's the summer months, right? We love the summer. It's hell. It's hell for sure. It's definitely not fun, but it'll be a cold day in hell, right? Before this cross watcher energy really feels like they will be able to overcome you, right? Even the cross watcher energy, even the Saturnian energy is in the sun's orbit. It's orbiting the sun. So I know Saturn has all those things like orbiting it, but it's not a sun. It's not a star. It's not a source of power. It's not a source of light. It's not a source of life like Leo is. And then Cancer controls our tides, our moon. And the moon, you know, that orbits the earth. So that's something completely special in and of itself. You know, it really affects the women a lot, but it also affects the water on earth. So that's the difference. That's the difference. So, I hope that was helpful for you. I'm sorry if that hurt your feelings if you're a cross watcher. Really, Cancer, it's difficult for you because sometimes when you're dealing with Cancer, especially Cancer risings, I would assume that they are not so much into the whole like 7th house, like legally binding marriage, but they're more so in like I don't know how to explain that. I'm not so sure. I'm not a Cancer rising or a Capricorn rising, so I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so let's get an energy here. We have don't do everything, do the next thing. Okay, so when it comes to getting yourself back up, when it comes to redeeming yourself, reviving yourself, if you're a cross-watching energy, How can you don't do everything, do the next thing? Okay, you are in a mode right now where Saturn energy is going to be going through not only a massive rebirth, but Saturn fresh out the gate in this rebirth is debilitated. Okay, so we really need to be really watching out for our Capricorn energy, which is our opposing sign. And it's very important that we are, as me, I'm a Libra sun and an Aries rising. And technically I have my ascendant is at the very end of Pisces. But it is really important that we are, as the leaders of the zodiac, as cardinal signs, and it's a little bit difficult because we're kind of in a fixed energy, right? But we have the souls and the spirits of leaders, that we all stick together and that we find a way to work through the tension. And, you know, we think of it's a square when we're looking at, if there was a planet in all four, it would create a square with an X in the middle. And it's really important that we're able to get all of those four sides to work together so we can shoot ourselves up into a pyramid and ascend all of us together, right? I know that because I have a grand cardinal cross in my sidereal birth chart. So I understand the energy of feeling like all of your limbs are being pulled in four different directions, but you have to find a way through all of the different imbalances, all of the different desires, all of the different ways and approaches of doing something, that you find a way to make those all work together and come together to ascend. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense. I have a Cancer moon in sidereal and in tropical. It's important. I have Neptune in Capricorn. Neptune is difficult. Neptune and moon opposition with a Saturn in Aries or Taurus, and my Mercury in Scorpio or in Libra. So I really understand it. And it's like really serious on my communication with my 7th house and my 1st house. Saturn 1st house in Aries debilitated. Mercury in Libra. It's really difficult, and I wish you guys could understand that, but it's just really important that no matter what we're doing, no matter which house or which sign I'm working through or we're working through, right? One thing at a time. Okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Just one thing at a time. I'm not against anyone. There's no individual. I don't have enemies. I don't have people I don't like. Even my ex-boyfriends. We've always found a way to find forgiveness, to be cordial, to not... I don't like to have problems with people. I think that everybody makes mistakes. I think that everybody fucks up. Everybody says things they don't mean sometimes out of frustration, out of difficulties that sometimes we just have a difficult time communicating, or sometimes we say the wrong thing. And I think that being mature and being able to ask for forgiveness or to forgive, whichever way it is that we're able to do that. It says, forever and wherever you will go, the choice is always yours to vibrate high or to vibrate low. Right? It's like we all can work together. It's not me versus you. It's me and you versus the world. And that's something that we need to remember. It's not me versus you. It's me and you versus the world. Right? Like, no matter where you're at in the zodiac, I'm on your side. Like, I want you to win. I want you to find harmony and balance, and I want you to be successful. I want you to prosper. I want you to do great things. I don't want you to fail or feel like a failure or feel like your life is a mess or feel like, I think that was just a really big projection of my own life potentially into someone else's. So I just, we have not enough. The everyone's story. What does that say? Power Satch kids. What? Okay. That was kind of a message for everyone. But, the moon is very reflective of, the whole zodiac. And that's where we're at. We're in the place where the moon recharges. where the moon is able to pick up all of that very intuitive energy, because Cancer is representative of a river, meaning that the water moves. The water is mobile. It's moving water. That's what I was talking about, the filtration system, right? Is it moves, right? Because it goes. It's like the moon, and the moon moves as well. And that's why the moon is able to kind of refresh here in Cancer energy. It's representative of a river, right? We think of like, I think Procyon, where I have my moon is on Procyon, is exactly conjunct Procyon, which is the little dog. Little dog star. It's not the big dog, I'm the little dog. And it's representative of a river. And I know that like in Dante's Inferno, there's, when they get to the third, when you get to Paradiso, there's that beginning where there's the girl by the river Styx, and she gives him, he has to drink from both the cups before he meets Beatrice. And it's reminded me of that a little bit. That's what the moon has always reminded me of. What is it? The river of Vilify? I don't remember. Something like that. Where you get to cleanse yourself of all of the everything, right? You just get to cleanse yourself. It's a cleansing energy. It's a filtration system. It's where you go to put your emotions into this grail, into this holy cup, and cleanse them. And that's what Cancer is. And that's why they're so protected. So, I hope that was helpful for y'all. Create right now, not just during the soft and good times. So if you're feeling like you want, like there's something you want to create, if there's something you want to do, a portal you want to open, go for it. Do it. We have 12. And I think that really talks about, you know, like if you look at the Shimha Hefresh, I know this is getting really long. If you look at the Shimha Hefresh, which is like the 72 angels that surround the throne of God in regards to like the Vatican and things like that, like the things they kept hidden from us, that many people have gone to like France and whatnot to actually study these things. I guess I could get the angel tarot. I haven't really been working with angels lately, but they're like divine names that you can say and rituals that you can actually perform to become God. The last angel, which is the death card, and it's the 72nd angel, and it is in the sign of Cancer, right where my moon is at. Death, and that's the God at the end of all time, and it's of a and the picture is like a girl sitting on top of an hourglass. So I guess I can try and find it. Hang on. All right, I found it. So it's Mumiah, Mamaya, and it's God at the end of the universe. And you can see it's very interesting. They say that it's a Scorpio card, but it would really make a lot of sense for it to kind of be a Cancer Capricorn axis kind of card, because Capricorn is time, Saturn is time, is father time, which is a dimension in and of itself, you know? And then there's the moon, which is the mother, it's reflective. And you can see there's this angel, and she's sitting on top of this hourglass. It's the 72nd. God, the end of the universe. Endings and rebirth influences health and longevity. So, and it's interesting because in this deck here, you can use either one of these sigils, right? This is for, the red sigil is for what is red in the picture, and that's like the literal time. So if you're needing time for something, or there's the black one. What cards do we have under that? We have the Knight of Cups in reverse, which is the revealing God. Perception, revelation, discovers hidden treasures, and reveals secrets of nature. with Ariel. Ariel is a big one. I believe Ariel is the archangel that resides in Ariel. I believe that's the one that resides in Netzach, which is the Sephiroth of Venus, the green Sephiroth of Venus on the right side or on the pillar of mercy, wherever you put your pillars. So it could be the right side or the left side. It doesn't really matter, but it is Netzach. Ariel, right? And then we have Aniel, which is the Lord of all virtues. And I work with Aniel. I believe the opposing angel for Aniel is Phoenix, which is a great one to work with as well. It says, breaking the surface lifts opposing barriers, and it brings victory. And it's the Lord of all virtues. And she's got 2 swords, so it's kind of like a rogue, right? I don't know if you ever played like, was it like, I think it was like World of Warcraft or something like that, maybe like Oblivion, I'm not sure. But the rogue would always have 2 short swords. And so like that reminds me of like stealthiness, of being stealthy. This is Moon. 2 of Swords is Moon in Libra. Knight of Cups energy is traditionally where Fomalhaut is. Knight of Cups, so that's like Pisces, Aquarius. And then we have the 7 of Swords, which is Moon in Aquarius. 66, and it's God nurturing and maintaining everything. Knowledge of good and evil appeases divine anger and cures epilepsy. And it has a crown of thorns, which can talk about jealousy. And we had that card come out, which is, I'm used to it. It happens, right? It happens to the best of us, shoot. So interesting. And this is the 66th angel. This is the 46th angel. Mumaya is the 72nd, and then we have the 37th. So the bottom is the world, which is the 65th. So I'm going to leave that there. I hope that was somewhat helpful for you. This was like a really long video. Thank you to everybody that comments and everybody that likes to watch these videos. I really enjoy and I love doing them. It's like the highlight of my day. So I hope that it's the highlight of your day. Obviously it's probably not. You probably have way better things that you're doing with your life. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. If you don't, I understand. But thank you for listening and watching. Subscribe if you don't mind. Hit the like button if you don't mind. You don't have to if you don't want to. Comment down below what you thought of it. And bye!